Hi guys, it's your Island Girl and I'm back with another reaction video for you today. And today I am reacting to the snooker versus pool debate. What is a snooker? I have no clue. But this one was recommended, so it's going to be done. The link for this will be in the description below if you want to check it out undisturbed. Alright? Let's get into this video. So come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. To all my regular schmegglers, day one, sweetie pies, sweetie poos. Come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face and enjoy this reaction with the Island Girl. Let's get into this video, guys, because I'm intrigued. Here we go now.
The 2021 US Open was a wild ride for many reasons, but one of my favorite subplots from the tournament was the late entry of snooker superstar Judd Trump. For anyone who's never heard of snooker before, it's possibly the single most British thing to ever exist. It's played on a massive table with very small pockets, and everyone dresses like they've got a chaperone at prom right after the match and they won't have time to change. It also happens to be an incredibly difficult game that requires an almost superhuman ball pocketing ability to play. And since Judd Trump is one of the best snooker players in the world, it follows that he's really good at using a stick to hit a ball into another ball into a pocket. Now, while there are a lot of differences between pool and snooker, some of the shooting skills obviously translate between games, and a number of really excellent snooker players have been able to cross over and play very high-level pool with seemingly minimal practice. This has created a general rivalry between snooker players and pool players, and created this sentiment where snooker players think they can kick any pool player's ass at pool, and pool players think, nah-uh. So naturally, when Judd Trump's name appeared on the list of entrants to the 2021 US Open of pool, snooker players started saying things like he might actually win this whole thing outright, and pool players immediately started saying he might get eliminated after his first two matches. There was a...
Okay, so snooker is a British game. First, that's the first thing that popped up in, that he said is a British thing. And then it's not like pool. It's the holes are smaller, and you're using other balls to get the ball into the pocket. Let's continue before I get myself into trouble.
A lot of hype around Judd Trump entering, and the company that runs the event, Matchroom, was more than happy to pile on. Judd was on the posters, his game were all set to play on the televised table, Judd had his whole crew with him. It was exciting. The thing about the US Open is that literally anyone is allowed to play. I mean, I was signed up for the 2020 US Open before it got canceled by the same thing that got everything canceled that particular year. I am saying anyone is allowed to play. And since the draw is random, Judd Trump got put up against a guy named Joe McGee. Now, Joe seems like a great guy, but he wasn't exactly there to win the US Open, you know?
The US Open, I feel, I'm entitled to a vacation. I can go down to Atlantic City and play in the US Open. I mean, what's working? You play against all the big guys. So I said, hey, why not?
So Judd comes in, and once he got acclimated to the table, he put a beating on Joe McGee and won 9-0. Suddenly, the snooker crowd is starting to get a little louder, and the pool crowd is starting to get a little more defensive. Of course he won, they said. He wasn't playing against a professional. But 9-0 is a little hard to take. Yeah. The next game, Judd came up against another amateur pool player, Juval Kumar Patel. Now, Juval Kumar hit some nice shots, including these two.
He also wasn't sure.
Look at this shot. Yeah. Wow.
Right you are, Jason. Good shot there.
Nice shot.
But once again, Judd used his superior ball pocketing skills to take down another match 9-2. So now snooker fans are starting to feel themselves a little bit, and that's to be expected. The snooker guy is cruising through pool guys, and it's starting to remind them of the times snooker guys like Ronnie O'Sullivan, Jimmy White, Steve Davis, and Alex Higgins came over to the US and cruised through Americans like they were running the New York Marathon. But Judd isn't like running rack after rack here. He's missing balls and having to come up with some really wild shots because he overruns position, the kind of thing you'd expect from someone who doesn't play a lot of pool, but can make almost anything on the table. And to Judd's credit, he's being really cool about it. It's not like he's walking around calling out the best pool players. He's playing his game, staying humble, and not really coming up against any professionals. As he advances to the third round, he faces off against Abdullah Al-Shamari, who I couldn't find a lot of information on, but apparently he's got some pool skills. He actually wins the first game and puts a couple more on the string, but again, Judd Trump comes through and cleans up missed opportunities, hits some nice shots, and generally stays cooler under pressure, closing the match out 11-5 and winning his third in a row. Now, again, it wasn't exactly a clean game, and he missed some shots, but snooker fans at the US Open were really excited to tell you how Judd Trump was going to win the whole thing, and that basically any professional snooker player had a shot at the title, and snooker was the superior game, and blah, blah, blah. Now,
so pretty much, snookers know how to sink the balls. That's what I'm getting here. Snookers are players that know how to get that ball into the pocket. Doesn't matter what size that pocket is, they're getting the ball into the pocket. Unlike unlike pool where there can be balls all over the place in different positions, and you have to try to navigate to get those balls into the pocket. So what I don't get it. Maybe somebody needs to explain more to me in the comment section.
I was there, and while I was mostly rooting for everyone to have a really nice time, I did notice some pool fans getting pretty irritated at the increasingly boisterous snooker fans. So now things are at their tensest, and the stage is set for match 4. But this time, Judd Trump is playing Jason Shaw. Talk about a learning curve. Judd went from playing amateurs to playing multiple world champion, multiple Mosconi Cup MVP Jason Shaw, and the battle lines are drawn. Okay. Judd has been overperforming here at the US Open with 3 commanding victories after never having really played 9-ball before. And Jason was ready to prove to the world that pool was about more than just being really good at hitting a ball in a hole.
Okay.
And Jason Shaw proceeded to beat the molasses out of Judd Trump. And it's not even close. Jason is hitting bank shots, combo 9-balls, weird little carom shots, jumping, defensive shots, running racks, and Judd Trump has to sit and watch as the collective pride of pool players is being immortalized 1 9-ball at a time. As Jason goes up 2-0, 4-0, 6-0, 8-0, you could just feel the tension leave the room. Of course pool players can beat snooker players at pool. It's a different game. Okay. Snooker fans kind of acted like they were just kidding around the whole time and offered half apologies, and pool fans accepted their half apologies and even cheered and clapped when Judd Trump won a game at 9-0 to get a point on the board 9-1.
But he does make it. Well done. He's on the board. They let him hear it here in AC.
Applause. Well done, Judd. Well done, mate.
But after Judd missed on a 5-ball, Jason banked it in the heart of the pocket and flashed another 2 games to win 11-1. And the Judd Trump subplot was effectively wrapped up.
When 2 tribes go to war.
He did have another match with Justin Theron and even attempted and made a jump shot, but lost at Hill Hill and was out of the tournament. So, What did we learn? Well, for one thing, Judd Trump was pretty cool about the whole thing. He didn't get cocky when he whitewashed Joe McGee or won the next 2 games, and he didn't get bitter or weird about losing 2 and going home. He was, and I cannot stress this enough, a professional. We also learned that pool is its own game with intricacies and can't really be picked up in a couple of months, even by a master snooker player. Still, snooker is obviously a wildly difficult game, and pool players like me actually probably do have some sort of subconscious insecurity that maybe the game of pool is just an easier version of snooker. So Jason just taking Judd to the woodshed was a really nice reminder of pool's uniqueness, and the uneasy snooker pool truce is back in place. At the end of the day, it's important to remember to just be cordial and respectful of each other's chosen games. Because, and I can't stress this enough, they're both just people using a stick to hit a ball into another ball into a hole. It's serious business, but it's also supposed to be fun. Okay, you crazy kids. Have a good one. I'm Raleigh Williams. See you next time.
That was interesting. Like I said before, first time hearing snooker. Did not know what that was. So I'm glad I learned something today again. So pool and snooker is 2 different things. One is just getting the balls in smaller hitting the balls to get them in the smaller pockets, because he did say they're small pockets, smaller than the pool table pockets. And it's a British game, to be honest, he said. That's what I heard in the beginning. There's not as much rules are moved to it as pool. So pool is more a difficult game to play than snooker. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's it from your island girl. Never heard of that game before, but now I know. I'm going to look at him playing snooker, just that by itself, and see what you understand. And I'm going to look it up so I can explain myself better too, and get the game better. I'm baffling over my words because I'm like, okay, I'm still in awe that there's this game that I have never heard anything about. It's the island girl that I'm running out of here. Wrap back, relax, continue to enjoy life. Be good, be kind, be safe, love each other, and I'll definitely catch you guys in another video. Bye.